our very first category for the Ultimate EDC that I currently have, we have to start with knives. It's everybody's favorite. We all know it. The whole community is built around it. So in the last video, I talked about how I started with this first one when I was a little kid, how much I loved it, how cool it made me feel. We're not telling that story again. But this was the first knife I ever carried. From there, I went up to this Victorinox A-Lox, which is actually hard to open. But this came with another tool, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Very lightweight, very well made. Victorinox are great. You'll see more of that later. Then the first real knife I really went out and bought when I was interested in just always having a knife on me was this. This is the SOG Flash 2. It's an assisted blade. It's serrated, which I like. A lot of people don't, but it cuts seat belts, which I thought was very important. The belt clip bent, and I can't get it back. I've tried 5 different ways. It doesn't work. But it's light. It's kind of hard to close, but I really like this knife. Then I found out about Benchmade and the access lock. This is the Mini Griptilian, also seatbelt cutting. I love this thing. It just feels so good in the hand. It's fantastic. I cannot recommend it enough. It's got easy one-hand open and close. Very fun to fidget with, thumb stud deployment, or access lock deployment. Love that knife. But I like this big one too. A little bit heavier. Definitely a chunkier boy. Carried this for quite a while, but it was so heavy. This is the thing that really got me into just, there's got to be the perfect storm with weight and size and capability. Now, these knives are not at all for self-defense. They could be a backup for self-defense, but that is not their purpose. Their purpose is to cut things like Amazon boxes and string and wires and paper and all of those things. In a pinch, you can pry with it. I wouldn't, because that's just how you break your knife. But after all of my searching, I finally found this. I'm sure you've all seen this. This is the full-size bug out by Benchmade. Carbon fiber limited edition, excuse me, in solid black. This thing weighs nothing. It weighs nothing. It's S30V steel. The clip is great. No real liner in there. It's just the carbon fiber, but I'm pushing pretty hard and it doesn't bend. This disappears in your pocket. It's always on you. Super fun, amazing knife. Everybody in this community knows this, but to me, this is the most evolved knife I can get. I know that the bailout is supposed to be pretty good, but the weight of this is just nothing. It's always on me, and I love it. So this is my evolved knife currently. Now, keep in mind, all you actually need is that. This is probably 50 cents. So this is like ridiculous. Let's admit that. But this isn't fun. I mean, it's not fun. That's fun. All right, let's get on to the next category. If you don't have a light on you at all times, you are not prepared. You are not. Any flashlight is better than no flashlight. Yes, you have your phone. You have your phone, and it has a great light on it. But it runs out of batteries all the time. We all know that. It's like, oh man, I have like no battery life left. That's why you always should carry a light. What light really doesn't matter. It's whatever works best for you. I started here with the Redline Nebo. It's got a cool like strike face, so it has a second function as self-defense. Magnetic tail cap, glow in the dark. It's cool, but look, how do you clip this into your bag or on your belt or onto the brim of your hat? You can't. No, too heavy. Then I got this Phoenix E12. This thing's nice. The tail cap is protected like that. You see that? That's sweet. A couple different functions. You click a bunch of times. It's bright. It's cool. Awesome. It's just a little heavy still. I was like, God, there's got to be something a little better than this. Then I found this Coast G19. It's an inspection light, but it weighs nothing. I think it was like $9. But look at the beam it puts out. It's a perfect circle. And that's for inspecting, like contractors and stuff. But I just really like this light. It's got a great belt clip. I was like, okay, from now on, must have a clip. Clip into the bag, clip onto the brim of your hat. Doesn't really matter. But I just like this light. It's fun. But it's it's not quite all that. Then, from watching other people on YouTube, I found out about Rovivon. Rovivon? Ravavon? I don't know. Rovivon. This is the A1, and it is very bright, solid piece of metal, just a big chunky thing. Teeny little USB rechargeable, super bright. I think I just blinded everybody. Sorry. Very bright, multiple settings. It can do lots of things. It's got a little clip. It's just still, I know I'm such a whiner about weight, but weight equals pain. It's just a little heavy for how big it is. You recharge it here with USB, which I like. All of these take batteries from here forward USB, which I like. It has its downsides. If you're ever in a post-apocalyptic world, batteries would be better, but currently we're not. This is the Rovivon A2. It's more plastic. This one's metal, this one's plastic. I really like the weight difference between these two. So I keep this one kind of next to my computer. If I drop something on the floor, I'm like, where is it? Cool. This one weighs very little. I like it. It's teeny. It works. It's got all these settings. It's bright as heck. But I gotta tell you, this is the Streamlight Micro Stream. It's only 250 lumens, and it's USB rechargeable in a port right there that is protected once you push that in. But the difference here is that this has a belt clip that you can put onto your hat and wear it like a headlamp, which is awesome. It weighs nothing, and it's very easy to operate. 3 modes, tail cap. You don't need anything else. This thing's amazing. So the Streamlight is my evolved EDC. I highly recommend you buy one. They are great. The rest of these, bye-bye. Oh, I forgot about this. If you have a bag that does not have high-vis interior and it's nighttime or dusk or whatever, you can't see into your bag. But if you clip this onto a zipper pull, it's just this teeny little bag light. I doubt you can even see it, but it's just enough that you can search your bag for something in pitch black. I like this. It's got a little S-bean around there. Super fun. I'm sure there's 30 different types of these. I don't even know who makes this. I think it's Innova. I don't know who that is. But this goes in some of my bags. Not all. You'll find out. Okay, let's move on to the next category. Boom.